What's good, people? Essentially, I'm just doing this, adding this clip in. I might make this a separate video, to be fair, but I'm completely done trading that funded account that I had. Not even because I blew the account, I didn't blow the account. However, like I explained before in one of my other videos, I started trading that ROCKET21 account as a swing trader. So then my average lot size was smaller because my stop loss was bigger. And then I moved on to a new strategy, which was scalping, liquidity sweeps, blah blah blah. So my average lot size needs to be bigger because my stop loss is smaller to account for the risk, blah blah blah. But because I used to swing trade, my account average lot size was whatever it was, which was smaller. So then I couldn't enter positions as a scalper because there's an average lot size rule, max lot size rule based on your average. So when I'm scalping now, I can't enter positions with the size I need. So I decided, cool, let me split my positions into a bunch of, two or three smaller positions so I can adhere to this rule. Now I've gone and basically seen that I can't, that's classed as layering positions. And I'm not allowed to layer positions because it is seen as prohibited trading strategy, even though I'm still trading with the correct risk amount and everything like that. So essentially, I'm completely done trading with ROCKET21. I'm going to go back onto a demo account for the next probably month or so, until the end of the month, where I'm purchasing a new account. Let me show you. I will be purchasing a new prop firm account with Quant Tackle, as I've read through all their rules, and their rules are actually, they're not trying to scam you out, do you know what I mean? ROCKET21 are making it so difficult for people to actually be able to trade in whatever way they need. Their rules, I understand their rules, and they have rules for a certain reason, but the rules that they've got in place, some of the rules collide with each other and it doesn't make sense. They've just made it extremely difficult and extremely hard to adhere to a specific trading strategy, and there's so many rules that will come into play where essentially, from how I'm explaining or how I'm seeing it and the things I've seen over having the account for 2 years, they just really are trying to get people to fail so their business model can withstand and stay up. And I do get that. I do understand that it is just a business and they have these rules in place to trick people out, to trip people up and slip people over. But end of the day, I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and try and beat around the bush or go around. The only way I could carry on trading that account is if I return back to swing trading. However, swing trading doesn't work with my daily routine, and I've just had more luck and more success with my scalp intraday stuff. So completely scrapping my ROCKET21 account. I'm showing you, I'm not joking, fam. Delete. I'm deleting that I'm not even, how do I get rid of this one as well? Remove. I don't want to log back into that account. I'm not going back onto DX Trade. I'm getting rid of that DX Trade from there. Going onto my emails, removing any email, because I've been trying to trade this account with the rules and the stupid things that they have in place. Tried to find my way around it, and it's just slowing down my progress now. So I'm going to sacrifice this funded account, even though I am on the simulated funded stage. It is unfortunate, but I am going to go get this new account with this new prop and hopefully have a clear run, because the rules, all of their rules make sense. You can't layer with them, but it doesn't matter that you can't layer because their average lot size rule is different. They don't have an average lot size rule. Yeah, ROCKET21, they just have a lot of problems in terms of how they try and slip you up when trading. A lot of rules, like I said, that collide with each other. Obviously, part of it is because I am trading a new strategy, and my strategy changed halfway through my funded account. However, I am not over risking, I'm not over leveraging, I'm not being stupid with my lot sizes. Everything, like I said, your lot size does not determine your risk if you trade correctly. It does, but your stop loss does, because I'm trading with smaller stop losses now, which means my lot size can be bigger, and they're just basically refusing to understand and admit that. I've had emails backwards and forth, I've appealed things, and I'm just completely done with them. Probably will upload this video as a separate video, but yeah, I'm done wiping my hands with ROCKET21. And like I said, I'm going to continue trading for the rest of this month, for the next 11 days. However, I'm just going to simply do it. I'm just going to open up a trade locker demo account and keep trading, just in order to actually stay consistent with my trading, and then as soon as the end of the month comes and money comes in, buying that new funded account and getting down to business, because I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush anymore. ROCKET21 gets a thumbs down from me, man. Manners, people. Yo. I know I ended that video, but I just wanted to give a little bit more context as to why and what. I don't think I explained it too well. So with ROCKET21, I started off that account. I can't even tell you the exact date now because I've literally got rid of all my information, deleted all my passwords. I don't want to think about it again. Let's just say 2 years ago. And I passed stage 1, passed stage 2, and got funded. I got funded whilst being a swing trader. And then my day-to-day life changed and had to adjust how I traded as a result of that. So I started intraday scalping using session highs, session lows, liquidity sweeps, demand and supply zones on the shorter term. And they have this rule, lot size max. And the maximum lot size you can use on your funded account after stage 1 and stage 2 is the average size of what you placed during stage 1 and stage 2. Yeah? Then you can double it. You can go 50%, not double, 50% up and 75% below. So bear that in mind. So let's say your average is 0.50 lots. You can go up to 0.75, but if you enter a trade with 0.76, you breach. Or let's say you request a payout, they will breach you and tell you no, you don't get this payout because you entered with a trade slightly too big of a lot size. Where bear in mind, lot size doesn't necessarily determine the risk, because your stop loss has to come into play. The amount of pips you are risking determines the lot size that you go into. So you could also place a trade 1.50 lots, which is way above your 0.50 average or your 0.75 max, right? But you could still be risking 0.5% on that trade because your stop loss is so small. Do you understand? So that rule in and of itself doesn't make sense. And then it gets a bit deeper because they say you can only enter a trade 75% of your average. You can take off 75% of your average. So you can only, let's say you entered a trade with your average is 0.5. 75% of that, let me actually just make sure. I don't even want to do the maths. Calculator. Let's do this. 0.5 divided by 100 times by 75, or times by 25 to get what you can. You can only enter a trade with 0.125 lots. That's the lowest you could do, 0.12. But how does that make sense? Because now they're telling you you can't risk a small amount. But it's all about, the reason this average rule is in place is for risk management. So you're telling me, okay, fair play, I do understand to a certain extent why you can't use a big lot size, even though it doesn't make sense, because in relation to your stop loss, they haven't related it to your stop loss at all. They're just saying the lot size determines everything, which it doesn't. But now they're also saying, I can't enter a trade that is too small. How does that make sense? Surely that's good for a trader because you're not risking a lot. You're telling me I can't enter a trade with a lot size that's too small. How does that make sense? So that's number one rule that doesn't make sense. And the reason why I'm annoyed about this is because it was when I submitted my payout request that they told me you can't enter a trade with this. I didn't think that this would, I'm thinking logically as a trader. I didn't see that rule before. I'm thinking to myself, cool. And the reason I didn't pay attention to this rule or see this rule before is because I'm thinking, cool, my stop loss in tandem with my lot size determines my risk. So surely there's no rule about what size lot size I can use, right? That doesn't make sense. Why would there be? Because it determines, if I have a 0 point, let's say just for the sake of my argument, I had a 1 pip stop loss. My lot size could be massive because I'm only risking 1 pip, right? But no. And then to get around this rule, once they denied my payout, I thought, okay, let's say my average is, I'm only allowed to go in with 0.75, right? However, once I go to baby pips, for example, because this is what I use, where is it? Let me bring it up for you really quickly. Cool. I go in here. Let's say my account size is 5,000. I risk 0.5%. My stop loss is 3.5 pips, and this is on Euro USD. It's telling me to enter 0.71. My average that I was allowed, because I was a swing trader, was the max I was allowed to do was 0.27, I think. So what I would do with this is I would take this, and then I would go into a trade with 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, and 0.1. I would split the trade into 4 positions, because then I'm not going to break in that rule of maximum lot size, right? Come to find out, I go into the rules and look through a bit further 2-3 weeks later, today, and that is classed as a prohibited trading strategy because it is classed as layering, and I'm trying to avoid slippage. So you're telling me I can't use a maximum lot size or a certain lot size. Then when I don't do this, you're telling me I'm using a prohibited trading strategy. But then at the same time, it would make sense. This would all make sense if the lower lot size rule wasn't a thing. Because how can you now tell me that because my average was 0.50, I can't enter a trade that's less than 0.12? How can you tell me I can't risk a small amount, bro? That doesn't make sense. The whole reason why I'm done with this prop firm, done with ROCKET21, is because, like I said, I understand certain rules to a certain extent, like the max lot size, but then it also doesn't make sense because it's not linked directly to lot size. It's linked to lot size and stop loss, which they're not paying no attention to. Then you're telling me I can't risk a small amount if I go under 25% of my average trade size. You're going to breach me and not give me my payout either. So it's just like they're just trying their hardest to make ways for people to fail so their business stays afloat. And I've clocked that now. So this is the main reason. These are the reasons. Done with ROCKET21. Some of you might say, oh, but you changed your strategy. I understand that, but I didn't start over leveraging, over risking, or anything like that. I'm still risking 0.5% or 1% on a trade. They just don't want to see that. They just want to not give me my refund on my challenge, not give me my payout to keep their business model afloat. And I'm not saying just me. I'm saying hundreds of other thousands of people that are experiencing this. They're putting so many rules in here, and then a rule here that undergoes this rule. So then you do something with this rule to adhere to this rule, but then in trying to adhere to this rule, you end up breaking this rule. This is like, cool, I'm done. With the new prop firm that I'm going to go to, Quant Tackle, you can't layer, which is what they said I was doing on ROCKET21, which isn't a problem because there is no average lot size rule. They understand that your lot size and your stop loss determines your risk. Then I can also hold trades over the weekend with Quant Tackle. I can also hold trades overnight. I won't be holding trades overnight, but I might hold trades over the weekend if I'm already deep in profit and break even. They also have a slippage rule on Quant, so that essentially, basically, you won't get slipped out stupidly like I did with ROCKET21. I went to break even 25 minutes before news dropped. Before CPI news dropped. I was meant to lose nothing, let me just land with that. I was meant to lose nothing if trade hit stop loss because it was break even. I come back, I got slipped out minus 2.5%. Then I go to appeal it. They tell me be more careful. I'm like, I was break even. I was careful. Number 2, with Quant Tackle or with ROCKET21, if you are already in a trade, let's say CPI drops at 130, and you were in a trade, let's just say for the sake of my argument, on Tuesday, the news is Wednesday 1:30. You entered that trade on Tuesday at 10 a.m. If you're still in that trade when news drops and you hit break even, stop loss, or take profit, you breach the account. You get a soft breach. So then when you go to request a payout, you don't get it because you soft breach your account because your stop loss got hit. You essentially exited or entered a trade within red folder news, within the 4 minutes before and 4 minutes after. With Quant Tackle, if I'm in that trade from days, hours before the trade, and it hits stop loss or take profit, It's fine. I was already in the trade. I'm not risking. I'm not leveraging news to try and gamble. So, as you can see, there's obviously a certain something that ROCKET21 are trying to do, and they're just trying to get people to fail. I do understand that's the business model: get people to fail, get money in, so that you can pay the people that don't fail, the very small percentage. But it's not even like I'm stopping with them because I blew my account. I'm stopping with them because I've clocked that their rules are just horrible and stupid and make no sense. So yeah, I'm going to be trading with ROCKET21. I mean, with Quant Teckle. At the end of this month, I'm going to purchase a funded account and go from there. I will also still be paying it. I will also not be buying a large funded account, because I've always said to myself, I will not increase my funded account size unless I have made profits from that funded account to reinvest into a larger funded account. So yeah, I'll be buying, I think, a 10k account challenge. The other one I had was 5k account, but this one's 10k account because just the price wise, it just is fair. And I also, the difference between 5 and 10, it's not like I'm trying to go and be like, oh, let me buy a 200k account. It's still relatively small account. It's still an account where my psychology can still be in line and everything like that. So that's just an explanation as to why ROCKET21, thumbs down from me. I'm done with them, not coming back to them. As you can see, like I hope I explained it in a eloquent enough manner for you to understand how some of the rules just don't make sense. Like, I think one of the main rules that doesn't make sense the most is that news rule. That obviously you can't enter or exit a trade 4 minutes before news or 4 minutes after the news event, the red folder news event. I get that, because people will gamble news. I understand that. But if I've been in a trade for 3-4 hours a day, and then I'm still in it because and news is dropping, I'm still in it because I haven't got stopped out or because I haven't hit TP, and then I hit TP or stop loss because of news, you breach your account. Tell me how that makes sense when I entered the trade a day ago, bro. That makes no sense. You're just going to assume that I'm gambling when you're not looking at the fact this brother entered that trade how long ago? So I'm going for a prop firm that obviously people are still going to fail. Obviously they're still going to be able to stay afloat. But this prop firm is less, you can tell by the rules that the prop firm, Quant Teckle, they're more for the trader. They're less about let's try and get people to fail. And they just understand that people are going to fail because trading's hard. So I'm going with them, and that's the situation. I just wanted to explain because I feel like the first 5 minutes after when I did say manners and said goodbye, I was watching it back and I didn't really explain it too well. So this is the reason why I will no longer be trading with ROCKET21. Do not purchase a funded account with ROCKET21, guys. I'm going with Quant Teckle. You make your decision based off how you trade. But yeah, and that rule also, ROCKET21 has a swing account and a standard account. Swing account you can hold through news, but that doesn't make sense because it's like, it just doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense because if I was still in a trade on the standard account a day before news dropped, I should be allowed to be in that account or in that trade and hit stop loss or hit take profit and not get breached. But I'm just going in circles because it's pissing me off. I'm gonna get this new account, have to pass stage 1, have to pass stage 2, and get funded again. So, is what it is. On to the next, guys. Manners.